So very good morning to all of you. Myself, Professor Dr. Mirza from Mukhtar Ahmed Technical Campus. I think so my sound is clear to all of you. Anyone can reply. So this is our third lecture on fluid mechanics. Already we have seen the definition of mechanics and the types, the classification of mechanics subject, and there are different branches. There is mechanics of rigid body, mechanics of deformable body, and fluid mechanics. So already mechanics uh, of structure and engineering mechanics you have studied in your uh, first year, or the student they came from the diploma, they might be studied in their first year and second year of their syllabus. So we have gone through these basic definitions that fluid mechanics deals with the behavior of fluid at rest or in motion, and the interaction of fluid with solids or other fluids boundaries. Okay, so this already we have seen earlier. Now, the syllabus, your scheme is also we have seen there is 30, 70 in same study marks and same 70 marks as in your first year class, and the credit of 3 and fluid mechanics lab 201006. It is a practical for 2 hours in a week, and oral for 50 marks, and one credit is given, that is total this subject you can earn 4 credit, 3 plus 1. Okay, so it is very important to know the prerequisite, course objective and course outcome. Already we have gone through this, and this is also given in your syllabus copy. Many type of reference books and textbooks we need for our study, and large number of the material is also available on the SWAM portal, as is National Program for Teachers Teaching and Learning in Engineering. You can get the NPTEL notes and also video lectures available on the internet for your current study as well as advanced study in the fluid mechanics. So many such books are available in our library, that is Dr. P.N. Modi and Sunset, K. Subramania, S. Sukumar Pati, R.J. Gade, and A.J. Miraj Gaonkar. All this we have already discussed. Some international books are also there on fluid mechanics by the Yunus S. Senegal, John N. Simla, by Frank M. White, and Ithiranjan Radhakrishnan, also Vidya Sagar Fani. These are the different fluid mechanics books which are published by various authors, and they are useful for study. Then why we need this study fluid mechanics, weather forecasting, etc., and to understand the fluid flow, the concept of virtual fluid ball is introduced by one of the IITian professor from IIT Guwahati, and you can the link will be available, and the NPTEL, the current semester, that course is also running. You may join that also. Then the definition of fluid. What is fluid? We have studied their forms of fluid. Water having different forms in the water, a liquid form and solid form and vapor form. Here fluid is nothing but we are considering in liquid and vapor form, or see in the cases on other form. So this different types of applications and example in water supply engineering, irrigation engineering, navigation and water supply. Our body also consists of fluids. Our blood is moving continuously by the pumping of your heart. That is also a part of fluid mechanics. Piping system, in our industries and flow of your natural flows and weather, etc. is also one of the examples of them. Also the aircraft and the cars, boats and ships moving, wind turbines, etc. Are the due to the flow of wind in a medium, it is in a gaseous form. So that is different example applications of it. And you can see that there is lots of examples uh, available or applications of fluid mechanics we are facing in our day-to-day life. And then we have seen the background of this fluid mechanics why we are studying, and we are mostly interested in the liquid form. Here two examples are given. When you fill a container with the liquid, it will occupy as a shape of the container because the liquid is incompressible. So that's why they are occupy the volume whatever it is required. Otherwise, if gases are there, if you a small quantity of gas will there, it will expand. तो गैस की प्रॉपर्टीज क्या है कि वो फैलती है, गैस क्या हो एक्सपांड होती है। और वाटर की प्रॉपर्टी क्या है, जो कंटेनर में जो शेप में हम डालते हैं वो शेप के शक्ल वो इख्तियार कर लेता है। So that is we have seen in this example the difference between the gases. The gases are compressible, and because we can fill a container with compressed air, and if we remove them, in small quantity of gas will be also there, they will occupy the container. Okay. Then we have seen the ideal fluid. An ideal fluid does not have surface tension, viscosity, and they are incompressible. That is the bulk modulus of ideal fluid is infinity. No such fluid, ideal fluid exists in the practical situation. However, fluid like air and water have very low value of viscosity, and can be treated as the ideal fluid for all practical purposes. So basic, there are two different types of fluid. If we classify the fluid, we are also done that. The fluid, it may be the real fluid and the ideal fluid. So the two basic uh, uh, classification is there. Fluid which are not ideal are called a real fluid. So differently, the other than fluid, ideal fluid, all the fluids are real fluid, and we are studying all that. Then the classification of fluid flow, viscous flow in which the viscous force are significant uh, due to the interaction between the particle of motion of the your layer of your fluid. And if in viscid fluid, the region where the viscous forces are negligible or they are not interacting with each other, then it is compared to the inertial or compared to the inertial or the pressure force, it is a inviscid flow if there is no when the viscous forces are not significant. Similarly, the external flow, if the flow are unbounded flow over the channel, you can say they are unbounded flow. It will, but the flow in the pipe, they are bonded with the bonded condition. Then that flow is called as internal flow. All this already we have discussed in previous class. The examples are also the steady and periodic flow. There is no change at the point in time. Then that is flow. That flow is called steady flow. And a flow is the flow of the liquid. You can say it is uniform, steady, and there is no variation with respect to time. That type of flow is called as the steady flow. But if the flow, the change of the fluid is on cyclic condition, you can say the here at some place this is the fluid flow condition, and then after some time then the same condition repeats. So that type of flow is called a periodic flow. And third one, the unsteady flow. The unsteady flow means there is no, it is varying, with respect to time, the flow is varying fastly. Similarly, the force flow Mr. Tawfiq Hufail, I think so, you should join on time, right? Next time. So this then the force flow, fluid is forced to flow over a surface on a pipe by the external means such as pumping. That flow is called as force flow. Natural flow fluid motion is due to the natural means such as buoyancy effort, rise of warmer fluid and the fall of the cooler fluid. It is the example of natural fluid. And also we have seen the free vortex and force vortex flow. Uh, this example, if the hole is there in the container, then this flow is called as free vortex flow, and there is force to uh, uh, fluid flow, then that is fluid vortex flow that also we have discussed. Then laminar flow and the turbulent and transition flow. Laminar flow when the fluid is flowing ordered the characteristic by smooth layer of the fluid. There is no such turbulence are there, and they are moving in the same speed and same velocity, you can say, and uh, the oils at low velocities they are laminar flow, and transitional flow alternating between the laminar and the turbulent, and somewhere there is laminar flow and somewhere there is some turbulence are there, and that type of flow is called a transitional flow. But if there is turbulence and eddies are formed continuously into the flow, then that type of flow is called as turbulent flow. Then the incompressible flow and incompressible flow. Compressor flow means the density of fluid changes during the flow. Example, high speed gas flow. Incompressible flow density of flowing fluid remains nearly constant throughout. There is no change of the density of the flow. Then that type of flow is called as incompressible flow. So fluid flow when the Mach number is less than 0.3, that is nothing but it is considered to be the incompressible flow. And what is the Mach number? Mach number is the ratio of the speed of flow to speed of sound, and based on the Mach number, the sonic flow, supersonic flow, subsonic flow, and hypersonic flow, these are differentiated. So this some points there is beyond the curriculum, but you can study it. They are very interesting. Also, the one time dimension, if the flow is moving in one dimension, you can see here, uh, and if flow is in two-dimensional flow, and if flow is the EDs are formed and three-dimensional flow, that is one dimension, three-dimensional, and two-dimensional flow. That is also classified. So there is the velocity with a changing with respect to the direction. So that types of flows are classified one dimensional, two dimensional, and three dimensional flow. So these up to this we have already completed the previous two units. Now before going for the properties of our fluid, we should know the some basic dimensions of studies. It is very necessary to all of you, all the students they should know the way. Already you know the basic units, but let us just revise for your understanding or further. And units and dimension between this, what is the difference? You can understand here. The dimension of a measure is independent of any particular system of unit. The dimension of measure is independent of any particular system of unit. Particular system of unit means what? System of units you can read CDS system, MKS system, SI system, international system, uh, these and FPS system. These are the different systems of units. Okay, but the dimension of a measure of dimension is independent of any particular system of unit. कोई भी system of unit हो, लेकिन उसका जो आपका dimensions होगा, that that is not changing. It is same for all. For example, if you consider a velocity maybe in meter per second. So you know that velocity generally we are measure in meter per second. So meter is the measure of your length, है ना? And second is the measure of your time. Okay, so if you say meter per second, if you say mile per hour, but dimensionally it is always the length per time. So dimensionally, if you write the unit of velocity, I will write that is meter per second. So meter is length and t is the time per second. So dimensional of the velocity will be L and t raised to minus 1 because it is per second, it is in denominator. So the dimension of the relevant base unit for system internal SI units are summarizes here. A mass is for the symbol is M and SI unit is kilogram and symbol for the kilogram is kg. Okay. Similarly, length unit 3 that is length is the SI unit is meter and CGS system we are saying it is a centimeter. In unit B, the time and the time is in SI unit is second, in FPS system also it is second, in CGS system is also second. Temperature generally we are measured in the degrees. It is Kelvin in SI unit. It is measured by degree K. Okay. So these are the basic units and their dimension, you can say. And most of units are derived from the basic units. So that the units which are derived from the basic units, they are called as derived units. From this, we have some relevant derived units shown on the next page. So you can see taking the dimension of units and equation is very useful to minimize the errors because it is related between the units and dimensions very important for calculating or solving the example. For example, if you are calculating a force and you find a pressure, then you know you have made a mistake. है ना? If you are calculating a force and you find a pressure is generally we are measuring in megapascal, but force Newton is energy nothing but kgf. So that is the difference between the and if you are measuring something and you are giving some other units, so you will make a mistake. So here the quantity velocity dimension is meter per second, yani L upon T. So L T minus 1 divide SI unit is meter per second, and you can, if you write for base M S raised to minus 1. Similarly, acceleration is meter per second square. Meter per second square, yani dimension L upon twice t. So that you can write two dimension is there. So that's why you can write this L into t raised to power 2. That is the dimension. Similarly, the force if we are measuring the Newton, that is kg meter per second, so that ml t raised to minus 2. So kg meter per second square is nothing but your force because when force is equal to this is Newton's second law of motion. Force is equal to F is equal to m into a. That is, force is mass into acceleration. Mass is we are in SI unit. It is measured in kg, and the acceleration we are measured in meter per second square. So that's why here kg m is to minus 4. If you convert this into dimension, so the kg is the mass m, L this meter is the length L, and per second is square, and time is square. So time, if you write this in dimension, then ml and t raised to minus 2. Okay. Similarly, if you know the pressure, the unit of pressure is Newton per meter square, and if you write in the dimensional, then it will be, you can see the Newton is the kgm, so so kg, kgm s square, that is the unit of the your force. So Newton, the pressure is the force upon area. Pressure, you know that pressure is nothing but your force upon area. So that's why if you write on area, area means it's a force is m l t is to minus 2, and area is L into L. है ना? So this L will cancel. What we will remain is M. L minus L will come up, that is M minus E square as it is. So that's why the units, the dimensions you can check. System unit is not changing. System of units changes as per their name. That the centimeter, gram, second, MKS, meter, kilogram, second, or SI, system of international units. There are different system of units that you can similarly foot for second. Okay. So here density is nothing but you can say kg per meter cube. So kg per meter cube, if you write in the dimensional, so kg is the mass and the meter cube is L into N into L, so L raised to minus power 3. Similarly, the specific weight of the body, you can study this and you can able to find out their dimension and their limit. Okay. So relative density is the ratio. They are generally dimensionless. Viscosity, Newton second per meter square. So we can convert it into this. Specific weight, Newton per cubic meter. Okay, and energy, that is in joule. That is generally it needs a Newton meter. So Newton you can convert it and you can make the dimension quantity for the energy also. Purely the power is measured in the watt. Watt is nothing but Newton meter per second. As I have converted, you can also convert this the units of dimension, kg in mass, and meter square means L into L square, and T raised to the power minus 3 means T minus 3 raised to the minus 3 if you take it out. Okay, so that is the different units of measurement. Their dimensional unit and their basic unit, SI system of units. All these are needed for solving the examples. So it is very important you should know, and it is uh, it is expected from you that you should prepare, you should study at home, make a notebook, and write down this system of units. And these derived units are there. So make the dimension for the derived units your own. Study first, they convert the derived units into the base units, and then from the base units you can convert it into the dimension unit, or from the dimension units you can convert the base unit. So likewise, vice versa, you can study. Here you should note that the acceleration due to gravity will always be taken as 9.81 meter per second square. That is the g value, the gravitational force due to the gravitational force of our Earth. So this one is the gravitational force of acceleration 9.81 meter per second square for our Earth. Okay. There is some of the unit we are converting into the uh, decimal centimeter or meter to the giga, mega, tera, and nano also. So if you come from here, the deca means it is 10 to the power 1, Okay, deci means 10 to the raised to minus 1. Okay, and so centi means 10 raised to the uh, power minus 2. So it is with reference to the if you I will write here meter. So 1 meter is equal to 1 meter is equal to how many 1000 mm, and it is nothing but 100 centimeter, 100 centimeter. Okay, and millimeter, if I will convert, so it is 1000 millimeter. 1 meter is equal to 1000 millimeter. It means that 10 raised to power minus 3. Okay, here and hecto is there, then it is 10, 10 raised to the power 20. Kilo is 10 raised to the power 3. Mega is 10 raised to power 6. Prefix is n. Giga is 10 raised to the power 9. Its prefix is g. And tera, which is the 10 raised to the power 12, and it is denoted with the t. Okay. Similarly, if you come down micro after milli, so it is 10 to the power minus 6. Nano, it is the 10 to the power minus 9, and pico is the 10 to the power minus 12. So this, with respect to the meter, it is divided as per the. So deca 10 raised to the power 1, uh, it means that 10 meter. Okay, 10 meter is equal to 1 deca. 10 meter is equal to, you can say it is 1 deca. Okay, hecto, any 100 meter is equal to 100 meter is equal to 1 hecto. So like that, at 1000 meter is equal to 1 kilo. Similarly, 10 to the power 6 is equal to, it is mega. Okay. So with respect to the meter, this restricts we can decide. So it is very necessary to come to know, because all these things we need for our calculation. Be very particular about the units and prefix. For example, uh, kilonewton, this small k and n capital. So you know 1 kilonewton, k is small and n is capital. Newton always, it is nothing but, if I will write, this is nothing but 10 raised to the power 3 Newton or 1000 Newton. Okay, but if you write like this kn, so this symbol for knots, an imperial measure of speed. So this kn, if you are writing a kilonewton, then you have to write down the small k and capital N. You should remember this, huh? And always you can see in kg also. In kg also you can see the k is always the small and g is small. Here you can see the k is capital, n is small. This is the knots, an empirical measure of speed. Okay, and if you write down k capital and n capital, then there is no meaning for this. K small, n small means kilo nano. Essentially, it is also the meaning less. Okay, when you are writing the symbols for the derived units of units, you should write it properly. So always for kilo, if you are writing something for the kilo, then the k will be the smaller one, not capital. Okay, so that's why you should write down. When kilogram you will write, then k is small, g is also small. When you write kilonewton, the k is small and n is capital. Okay, if k is capital and n is small, then it is a not an empirical measure of speed. And if k is capital and capital, there is no meaning. K is small and n is small, there is no meaning. So that you should remember for further study. Now you see the physical properties of fluid. Physical properties of fluids are nothing but the density, density, specific volume, specific gravity, and a specific weight. So all these things we will see one by one. The mass density or density of fluid, if you write down, so density is nothing but it is the mass per unit volume. Mass per unit volume or mass upon volume is nothing but your density. Okay. So generally mass we are measured in the kg and volume we are measured in meter cube. So mass upon so density is nothing but mass upon volume kg per meter cube, and density is always it is denoted by the rho. The density is denoted by a symbol rho. Okay, so it is this if you write the formula for density, the density is the mass upon volume, and it is SI system of units kg per meter cube. Density of liquid is generally assumed to be a constant. तो डेंसिटी ऑफ लिक्विड इज जनरली अज्यूम टू बी कांस्टेंट, यानी लिक्विड वाटर की डेंसिटी कांस्टेंट रहेगी, कोई अदर लिक्विड है उसकी कांस्टेंट। तो यहाँ पर आप देखिए वाटर की डेंसिटी क्या है, डेंसिटी ऑफ वाटर अगर मैं लिखूँ रो डब्ल्यू, डेंसिटी ऑफ वाटर आई विल राइट डाउन रो डब्ल्यू इज नथिंग 1000 kg पर क्यूबिक मीटर, राइट डाउन लाइक दिस। इसी तरह अगर मैं लिखता हूँ डेंसिटी ऑफ मर्क्यूरी, द डेंसिटी ऑफ मर्क्यूरी इज आई विल राइट डाउन डेंसिटी ऑफ मर्क्यूरी डेल्टा m इज इक्वल टू और रो m इज इक्वल टू 13546 kg per cubic meter. Similar density of air, if you write density of air, if you write so density of raw air is 1.23 kg per cubic meter. There is some weight. It means that there is density, any weight is there because that's why there is density of air is also, that's why the air is mentioned of weight. And that paraffin, if you consider the liquid paraffin, its density is 800 kg per cubic meter. It means that this density of this paraffin is less than the water. तो अगर हम पैराफिन वाटर के ऊपर डालेंगे तो इट विल अबव द वाटर, इट विल नॉट गो अवे। लेकिन अगर वाटर में मर्क्यूरी हम डालेंगे, क्योंकि मर्क्यूरी की जो डेंसिटी है वो वाटर से ज्यादा है, तो वो क्या हो जाएगा, नीचे जाएगा। तो दैट लेयर वी आर सीइंग। आप देखते होंगे घर में आप एक्सपेरिमेंट करते होंगे, आपने 8वीं 5वीं 6वीं में अभी आप स्टडी किए होंगे कि इन अ जार इन अ बीकर आप अगर वाटर के ऊपर केरोसिन डालते हैं तो केरोसिन आपका वाटर के ऊपर तैरता है। 2 लेयर यू कैन सी, है ना, 2 लेयर आपको सेपरेट दिखती है। क्यों? क्योंकि वाटर की डेंसिटी अलग है, वाटर की डेंसिटी अलग है, आपके केरोसिन की डेंसिटी अलग है। इसी तरह अगर पेट्रोलियम आप डालेंगे तो भी यही होगा। लेकिन अगर वाटर के अंदर आप मर्क्यूरी डालेंगे, क्योंकि मर्क्यूरी की डेंसिटी ज्यादा है तो वो नीचे चला जाएगा, है ना। इसी तरह कोई सॉलिड है, उसकी डेंसिटी वाटर से ज्यादा है तो वो क्या होगी, वो सेटल डाउन हो जाएगा। जैसे कि हमारे सैंड पार्टिकल है, सैंड पार्टिकल अगर हम पानी के अंदर डालेंगे तो क्या होते हैं, सेटल हो जाते हैं। लेकिन अगर पानी के अंदर आप कोई प्लास्टिक का टुकड़ा डालेंगे या कोई लाइट वेट फोम डालेंगे तो वो पानी के ऊपर तैरता है, इसलिए कि उसकी डेंसिटी अगर हम देखेंगे कि वो वाटर से कम है। ठीक है, तो ये है डेंसिटी। डेंसिटी इज नथिंग बट मास अपॉन वॉल्यूम, so that should be remembered. Second definition, it is very important, that is the specific weight. Specific weight. So what is the specific weight? The weight of unit volume of a substance. Weight of unit volume of a substance usually denoted as gamma. Now, essentially density times the acceleration due to gravity. So essentially density times the acceleration due to gravity is the specific weight. तो gamma यूनिट वेट अगर हम स्पेसिफिक वेट अगर हम किसी का बोलते हैं तो इट इज नथिंग बट द प्रोडक्ट ऑफ डेंसिटी रो इनटू जी। जी इज नथिंग बट योर एक्सीलरेशन ड्यू टू ग्रेविटी, एक्सीलरेशन ड्यू टू ग्रेविटी, ड्यू टू ग्रेविटी। Okay, so that is the unit of this gamma is specific weight or weight density. Specific weight is also called as weight density, and it is a ratio of weight of substance uh, to the volume of substance. So gamma is equal to rho into g, and unit of this gamma is, or specific weight is nothing but Newton per meter cube. Okay, so it is a ratio of weight of the substance to the volume of substance, and it is denoted by gamma, and gamma is your rho into g. The unit of your uh, uh, rho, this density is kg per meter cube. Yes, and uh, meter per second square is the your gravitational acceleration. Okay, if you make this, then it will be the kg upon meter square second square, and kgm is nothing but meter per second square is the acceleration due to relative. Kg per meter, kg meter per second is nothing but your Newton. So Newton, this it will be Newton per meter cube, the unit of your specific weight. So unit of density is kg per meter cube, but unit of specific weight is Newton per meter cube. So that is different between the specific weight and the density. Okay, so it is a product of your density into the your gravitational acceleration. Rho into g. So you specific weight or weight density of any liquid is nothing but is denoted by gamma, and gamma is nothing but is equal to rho into g. Okay, so the density of water or specific weight of water अगर हम देखेंगे, तो G is always, you know that uh, it is 9.81. Okay, 9.81 uh, meter square per second. Okay, so density if you know of water or specific gravity of water अगर हम बोलेंगे, तो that will be 9810 Newton per meter cube, or if you convert it to kilometer, 9.81 kilonewton per meter cube. So this is the density, 9.81 kilonewton uh, per meter cube. Okay, for water. And if you write for the mercury, the unit weight of your mercury is the 13546 kg per cubic meter. If you convert it, then uh, the specific weight of mercury is 13.6 times gamma W. So the unit of mercury, or sorry, the specific weight of mercury is nothing but 38.6 times of gamma, gamma W. Gamma W is the unit of your water. Okay. Now the relative density, it is also called as specific gravity. Relative density, relative density is also called as the specific gravity. So it is nothing but simply, if you understand, the weight of any substance in water is called as specific gravity. Weight of any substance is called as relative density. So a dimensionless measure of density of a substance with reference to the density of some standard substance, usually water at 4 degrees Celsius, है ना? तो डेंसिटी ऑफ, अगर हम स्पेसिफिक ग्रेविटी ऑफ, देखो सैंड लिखते हैं, सैंड का स्पेसिफिक ग्रेविटी जनरली हम लोग लिखते हैं 2.6, ओके। एग्रीगेट का हम लोग लिखते हैं इट में भी 2.6 टू 2.8। So it is nothing but the weight of sand in water, weight of aggregate in water. Okay, समझ में आया? तो relative density is dimensionless because ऊपर भी density है, नीचे भी density है। तो weight of any substance in a water at 4 degrees Celsius, it is called as specific gravity of that substance or relative density of that substance. तो रिलेटिव डेंसिटी आप बोलिए, स्पेसिफिक ग्रेविटी बोलिए, बोथ वन एंड द सेम। तो अगर हम यहाँ पर अगर देखते हैं तो रिलेटिव डेंसिटी ऑफ एनी सब्सटेंस, इट इज द रेशियो ऑफ स्पेसिफिक वेट ऑफ द सब्सटेंस, specific weight of substance to the specific weight of the water. Okay, so it is the ratio of, if you write down, specific gravity is the ratio of specific weight of the substance to the specific weight of water. So it is a ratio of specific weight of the substance and specific weight of the water, or you can simply say that weight of any substance into the water, it is nothing but the relative density. Okay, so it is uh, the relative density is the dimensional quantity. Relative density is dimensionless. It is the ratio of weight of any substance to the weight of water, specific weight of. So this is the some properties of your fluid. So this we have seen today, and if you have any question regarding this definitions, in short, if you see the definitions, the formula, if you write down, it is very simple. Rho is the density, and it is equal to mass upon volume, and mass is measured in kg, volume is measured in meter cube. Its unit is kg per meter cube. Specific volume, it is denoted by nu, Greek word. It is defined as the volume upon mass. It means that 1 upon rho, its measure is meter cube per kg, reverse of your density. Specific volume is the reverse of your density, and 1 upon rho. Okay, तो if in example density अगर मालूम करना पूछा है, mass और volume दिया हुआ है, तो you can put the value of mass and the volume and you can easily do it. But it is remembered that when you are solving the example, the units of measurement should be kept in mind. In case system में SI system में तो सब value SI system के unit से ही रहना चाहिए, है ना, mix नहीं होना चाहिए. Similarly, specific gravity हम लोगों ने अभी देखा, weight of or a specific weight of any material to the specific weight of or of your body. So density of, it is a ratio of, sorry, something here it is wrong. It is gamma upon gamma of water, that is specific weight of any substance to the specific weight of water. It is known as specific gravity, or it is also known as relative density. It is also relative density. Similarly, the unit of volume of substance, the specific weight, generally we are denoted by the gamma. The gamma is equal to rho into g. It is the word is measured in Newton per meter. So this is all about our today's lecture. And if you have any doubt or any question, you can ask with me or we will talk. I request all the students they should sit with the pen and paper and write down everything. Okay, write down everything so that you should know whatever covered in our syllabus. And also, I will make a Google Classroom. I will share this video lectures and notes also. And you should also take a reference book or textbook from the library and paper solution training, and you can study that also. So, if you don't have any question, we will stop here and we will join the next lecture. The syllabus is very vast. You have to study regularly for that, and when our strength will be increased, then we will go for the your life excellent also. Okay, thank you for joining today. So we will stop here.